Hello people on this internet, it's me, Crazy Monkey Dude, doing another video. This is the second video today. Reason for it's because honestly, I, I've been wanting to do a bunch of video recording for quite a while, and now I'm actually finally getting a bit of inspiration. And also, the last video was a little short, so I want to make up for it by reviewing another mock of mine, which is actually on a mock that I just came up with actually yesterday, called Dredka. And I don't know if you can tell, but Dredka is supposed to be a Stiltian brute, or Kreka species. And I don't really have much of a backstory for him, or for them, or whatever, too much, because of the fact this is still a new mock. But I want to make a Kreka species. I like Stiltians. I like the Stiltian brutes. There's a guy, I think his name's like Yukon, or... No, I don't remember how to say his name properly, but he has a lot of Stiltian animations where he does he's got a bunch of these guys running around and a bunch of other Stiltian, natives like Siderac species and Gladiator species. But I like that. I like expanding a bit of the world, and this is what this guy was supposed to be doing. So I made Stiltian brute, and we'll get on the review. With the legs, nothing too spectacular here. Not even, I don't really think Kreka had anything too spectacular, except for the feet, but they weren't the greatest feet. So I just gave him basic Hordika feet with the Bionicle legs, and I mean, this was supposed to be, the fancy, the hand connector. Two of them this way and this way, but because of the fact I'm doing Dark Hunters, which I'm going to probably be doing reviews on them as well, a lot of the Dark Hunters, use those pieces, so I didn't use those because I didn't feel like it was necessary. But that's pretty much it for the legs, other than the fact that they have the standard, just the 3, of course, in the legs. And then we're going to move up to the torso, and this is where it actually gets a little bit more complicated. If you have Kreka as a set, you basically know how this guy is, except for the fact he doesn't have the gearbox. That's what I didn't like about Kreka. He had a gearbox. I don't know how to actually really show it without really taking it apart, other than maybe taking off the back foot. This actually might... Wait, how do I take this off? Oh, I have a pin there. Never mind, I can't take it off without taking apart the entire assembly. Maybe I can just take off just that. There we go. That'll work. So as you can see, it's basically just Kreka's torso with the, the weird L piece there, and it all connects up to these L lift arms here. And it has a connection going through with the actual piece, and it connects to the arms. But it doesn't have a gearbox, and that's because I didn't really like the gearbox on Kreka too much. He could still do the weird hit thing that Kreka does because of the fact that it's still a connection here that he can do, and that I used. But I wanted to keep the same general, build technique for them the same, which is why I did this. Because I don't think the Kreka looks necessarily bad, it's just the gear function didn't really set too well, so I just got rid of the gear function altogether. And yeah, I think it works out pretty well, because, I mean, it looks like a Stiltian brute, and that was the goal. Again, he doesn't have a gearbox, so he doesn't have the function, but you can still rotate the head side to side, so that's basically all. There is, that 1 point of articulation in the torso. The arms, as you can probably tell, they're just normal arms, like Nuval arms, and they're symmetrical, unlike Kreka. And then the head's got the one on the neck, so yeah. If you take a closer look at the head, we got these older kind of ribbed hose pieces that I think came out in the Exotoa. And then, of course, he's just the Vaki head, and it goes down into 2 beating eyes that stare into your soul. The armor piece on the, of course, the arms is like the Bionicle covers, which I actually like a little bit more, because I was going to do, either just one of these, like Kreka has it, or just some basic, Bionicle armor, like the ones that he's got on his legs, for the armoring there. But I ended up pulling out these, and these look actually a lot better. They just bulk him up a little bit more, which is kind of the problem. He's got a very bulky, upper torso. He's got very lanky arms, but I didn't really think that's too much of a problem, given the fact that even Kreka had lanky, weird, short, stubby arms. The legs are a little bit they're a bit chicken leg-y, but, I mean, that's really about it. He's just a Stiltian brute. He also can't really bend his knee all the way because it's the shorter connection, and the armor in the the upper piece of this leg bit don't really tend to get along without, pulling the armor out. But I think that's fine because it means he's always constantly hunched over, and I think that kind of works out for being, a brutish character. He definitely, I think, looks good as a brute. We're going to go right into the size comparison. I'm going to bring up a Metru Matoran. Pretty much the same height, or not pretty much the same height. He's pretty much two of them. Maybe 1.5, maybe. Get him out of the way. Do I have a Metru on hand? Yes, I do. I'll take you, because he's already on here. I got a Metru Mock on hand. We are going to do him. So here he is up against the Metru build. I'm actually going to put the Metru build behind him so you can get better of a fit for him. He's shorter than the Metru build. He's a bit shorter than a Toa, which honestly I think that kind of suits being, again, a brutish kind of build. And we're going to put him up against the Skakti, and I think they're about the same height, or basically the same height. Obviously much wider. Yeah, that's the size comparison, and this is actually what I was talking about with the regular size or the smaller size Titan builds in the last video with the Baraki with the Kalma. Is that this is what I mean by that, because if you look at him, he's very short. Like if I bring back the Skakti back here again, he's the same height as a Skakti. Around about the same height as a Skakti. I think Itoa Metru was able to beat him out, right? So he's very short. And that's what I wanted to do with more Titan builds. This is what I mean. He's like a regular sized Titan. He fills in that gradient from like a Toa build all the way up to a Titan build, and I think he looks good. And yeah, again, there's no backstory for this guy, other than the fact that he's just a Stealthian brute. He's probably a guard of some higher Stealthian class being. I don't have that one built up yet. He's the only Stealthian that I have, other than like Sidorak and Kreka and of course Vaporak. Which actually, if I take Vaporak, we'll do a size comparison with Vaporak. Yeah, he's big. So yeah, we have that's the end of the video, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. I do intend to do stand up. That's actually kind of a con. His feet are very small. So he's a little bit prone to knocking over. But also I'm using a base plate, so it's not the smoothest surface to be standing on. Anyways, that's the end of the video. I do intend to do more of these kind of style builds, because I am, for some reason, getting really into building like specific beings or specific species of the Matoran universe. And of course I'm starting off with stealth, but I have a Vortex Monk, I think, all the way back in like 2016 I made that. I don't know if I made a video on her or not. I might have. But I didn't realize it's not a very much of a Vortex, to be honest with you. It's not very tall. It's more of a Toa with a Vaki head. But that's basically what she is. But I want to do more of this. I'll be doing more Stealthian brutes in the future. I'll be doing more just other species of the Matoran universe in the future, because I want to expand it out and make the universe a bit more alive. And that's the goal with these guys. And yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. This is Crazy Monkey Dude signing back out, and don't forget, tomorrow is going to be Takadox for Baraki Week. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.